Kia ora, everyone. I have asked myself a question. Could I complete the jigsaw puzzles that were used at Worlds for the pairs category in under 2 hours? Now, there were 3. The first one is called Student Days from the artist Robert Howe. I believe I could actually do this one in under 90 minutes. This is my style of jigsaw puzzle and illustration. I previously did this one with Allison in October, and our pairs time was 41 minutes. I think this will be the easiest of the 3 and that I'll be able to complete in 90 minutes. The next one's called Ludicrous Library, and this is from Colin Thompson. You can see on the table here I have the Big Beautiful Bizarre Town by Colin Thompson. This was Jeanette and my pair jigsaw puzzle at Worlds, and our time was 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 59 seconds. I then redid it in October with Allison, and our time was 54 minutes and 53 seconds. I don't think I can finish this in under 90 minutes, but I'm hopeful I could finish it in under 2 hours. Maybe not too much more than 90 minutes. We'll have to wait and see. But I love this image. I love this style. I don't think I can do it in 90 minutes, but I don't think it'll be all that difficult. Hopefully under 2 hours. The last pairs preliminary jigsaw puzzle, by the way, these are all 500 pieces from Ravensburger. This one's called, I've seen it under so many different names, but this is what's written on the side of this particular box, Colorful Underwater Species, and it just says it's from MLG. Allison has this copy. I borrowed it from her. Now, the only time I previously did this jigsaw puzzle was with Jeanette for practice in Spain, and it took us, 1 hour, 28 minutes. I do think this was going to be the most difficult one of the 3. I haven't done it since then, so that was September of last year. I don't think I can finish it under 90 minutes, and I will be very happy if I can complete it in under the 2 hours. So my guess is that this will take me the longest, then the second fastest will be Ludicrous Library, and the fastest overall will be Student Days. What do you think? Leave your guesses below. Do you think my prediction is accurate of how, fast to slower these 3 puzzles will be? And also in this video, I will be building this lovely Peace Relax canvas jigsaw puzzle. I want to thank them again for sponsoring me to go to Worlds this September. These jigsaw puzzles are more in preparation for the Canadian Jigsaw Puzzle Championship that's coming up in 2-3 weeks, very soon. I need to practice. So for all these 3, I am doing the full flip method once again, and we'll see how I go with that. Allison joined me for some of these, and some of these were not in the very best of puzzling conditions, but I think that's good though. I tried to switch it up so I don't always have the same, table or the same lighting or the same conditions or the same noise, so that when I do go to a competition, I'm more prepared for such a variety of environments. So on top of that, I do have 2 pairs speed runs that Allison and I did. I don't have the boxes for those, but both Ravensburger 500 pieces. The first one's called King of the Sea, and the second one is Turtle in the Reef. So let's watch the time lapses and see how we do. So you're going to see here that Allison is doing Ludicrous Library, I'm doing Student Days, but we're actually talking about how to optimize our space in our use. And we're both doing a full flip and sorting out only the border pieces. We actually stopped to kind of time how long it took. It took me 5 minutes and 49 seconds to fully flip. It took Allison a minute less at 4 minutes and 49 seconds. She was missing maybe 1 border piece. I was missing 2 or 3. I was able to assemble my border faster. It's an easier image. So I finished my border at 12 minutes and 37 seconds, and it took her a little longer, not much, 13 minutes and 19 seconds. Now, we both agreed that we would stop the border if it got frustrating, but the border helped in showing our working space. And Allison had seen how Sarah Schuler stood at the end of the table, and that's why we decided to also stand at the ends of the table to assemble the jigsaw puzzle. Now, I'm not convinced this will be allowed at every competition. Tables may be butted up against one another, or you may be in the walking area for the volunteers. So we did do it this time, and we do it in the next time lapse, but I think I'm going to go back then to just puzzling as I showed you in my last full flip video. Now, I really enjoyed this puzzle, but I will admit when I got down to the last 10 minutes, I was so frustrated because I just couldn't figure out where the pieces went. All the colors were very, very similar. And Allison is rocking that crazy busy Ludicrous library. We are down at the jigsaw puzzle display here. It's a good table, it's good lighting, we have a lot of space, a lot of room. And in the end, I was so pleased because I did finish student days in under the 90 minutes. It took me what was it? An hour, 13 minutes, and 4 seconds. And I wish I could have done it faster, but considering this was used as pairs at Worlds, I'm really pleased with that. Now, Ludicrous Library, look at this, such a busy puzzle. Allison rocked it, and yes, she came in under the 90-minute mark. I am so impressed with her. An hour, 19 minutes, and 32 seconds. Amazing, Allison. She needs to go to Worlds. So then we decided we would meet up in the evening, and we went to the university, and we're at like the student building, the student union building. It's called the Link. And look at this table. I mean, what did we do to ourselves? This is a highly reflective table. It's got like texture pattern on it, almost holographic. The lights were crazy. And we did the same thing. We timed ourselves with the full flip and how long it took us to do the border. So now I'm doing Ludicrous Library, Allison is doing Student Days, and believe it or not, our full flip, we pretty much finished at the same time. 5 minutes, 18 seconds, probably some sub-seconds, but I'm not sure. However, Allison maybe had 1 or 2 missing pieces in her border, and I had a lot. Not only did I have a lot, I actually had some I just couldn't figure out where they went. So my border, I stopped working on it at 14 minutes and 19 seconds. That was too long. Allison stopped a lot sooner at 11 minutes and 3 seconds. Now, I felt I was doing okay with such a difficult image, busy image. I was really enjoying it, trying to pick out the colors, pick out sections to work on. But I made a big mistake, and it's hard to see off camera. We decided again to stand on the ends of the table. And I think it's working really well with Allison. I do like my box top propped. You'll see that Allison like held her image quite a bit with her hand, but even at that, she's such a fast puzzler just with one hand. So at one point I realized, you know, it's a lot of the brownish staircase pieces left. So here I start to sort by piece shape. And I quickly get frustrated because there should be obvious pieces going in obvious places. And that's when Allison points out to me that I had a pile of pieces that I hadn't sorted by piece shape. You can't actually see them because they're hidden by the box. And when she points that out to me, I'm like, what have I done? There were probably 6 or 8 pieces there. And once I grabbed them, boom, managed to get them in. In the end, considering the lighting and the table and the reflection, and I took these pictures on purpose to show you how difficult that table was to work on, I was pleased. An hour, 39 minutes, and 44 seconds. So not close at all to Allison's time. I like to be within 10 minutes. I wasn't. Not under the 90-minute mark, but very close. Here's Allison's Student Days. Again, look at the lighting and the glare and the reflection. These are the conditions we were speed puzzling under, but she knocked it out of the park just over the 1 hour mark. So amazing considering this was used as a pairs puzzle. I'm so impressed with her. So an hour, 2 minutes, and 20 seconds. And finally, it was time to do this colorful underwater species. And I will admit I wasn't in the right mindset. So I did the full flip, pulled out the border, and that took me, again, 5 minutes and 18 seconds. I'm very much close to the 5-minute mark, and that's fine. But I didn't start with the border right away. I picked out colorful pieces and actually started assembling them. And then I did start work on the border, but quickly I was like, oh no, this border is not coming together for me. I know it looks like I'm missing a lot of border pieces, but they're actually at the top there. I think I found most of the border pieces. I just couldn't figure out where they went. And I don't want to frustrate myself by working on the border and wasting time. And what I did, I had good lighting. I was more in the typical position for puzzling. This is going to be the setup that I want to do when I'm at competitions. I like my little angled box holder. That works really well. And what I didn't do, and I wish I would have done with the Ludicrous libraries at the 3-hour mark, I wish I would have stopped and counted pieces. So here, not the 3-hour mark, my goodness, at the 90-minute mark, I wish I would have stopped and counted pieces. So no, I do not finish this in 90 minutes. And I do have a countdown timer. So at the 90-minute mark, I do stop and count my pieces. And I'm actually okay with how I did overall. I tried really hard on focusing not on the blue, but on the other details on the pieces. And sometimes I was like, this should be obvious. Now what I'm doing at this point is if I'm grabbing a piece and I'm trying to find it and I can't figure out where it goes, I'm starting to sort by piece shape, which is smart. So I didn't actually stop and fully sort all the remaining pieces by piece shape. I actually just sorted them by piece shape as I was trying to figure out where they went. So that was just me stopping at the 90-minute mark, and I took a photo, and here the dogs are hollering outside, so I had to pause to run and deal with the dogs. But you can see I had a few pieces left at the 90-minute mark. How many pieces do you think I had left over? Well, it wasn't too bad. I'm pleased. This is my 90-minute mark, and I had 409 pieces placed, so just 91 pieces remaining, and I'm actually really happy with that. It is a beautiful puzzle, a difficult puzzle. It was a challenge, but I really enjoyed it. And to tell you the truth, the fact that Jeanette and I had done it, in an hour 28, it took me a total of 1 hour, 45 minutes and like 54 seconds. I think that's pretty good. So now Allison and I are working on the King of the Sea jigsaw puzzle. We decided to do a full flip, pulled out the border. Allison is sorting pieces, and you can see we decided in advance where we were going to build the border because we had the box there, and why we sorted pieces and had them in our build area, I have no idea. So we had to move pieces around quite a bit. That was fine. This was a fun but tricky enough jigsaw puzzle. There's a lot going on, or there's a lot of blue. So we worked together really well. Allison is amazing at sorting and making piles and sub-piles. And together, I thought we did this quite well. This was our first time for both of us to do this jigsaw puzzle, so neither of us had done it. We're down again at the jigsaw puzzle display, and I think we worked really well side by side at this angle doing the puzzle together. It's a nice image. Like I said, it's either very busy at the bottom or much more empty at the top where the sharks are. Love the colors, it pops, and it took us 46 minutes and 9 seconds. I was really pleased with that. I feel that we've come a long way as pairs together. I'd like us to do more 1,000 pieces. And here Allison is peeking through with the pickup challenge. Can you see her eye there? She thought that would be cute. She's adorable. And then on another day, we did this one. What is it called? Turtle in the Reef. And we decided, let's divide this puzzle into two. Very clearly 2 sections. Sorry, I had bumped the camera a few times, so I went and I fixed it. I'm working on the top orangey sky. Allison is working on that busy turtle reef area at the bottom. And we did sort out the border pieces, but for each section, the top and the bottom. And she's a beast to look at her go. She's just knocking out that difficult bottom section, busy section. And that sky, I mean, once again, I feel like I did maybe 1/3 of the puzzle and Allison did 2/3, but we worked together well, and she's always so very encouraging. It's a beautiful, colorful, lovely puzzle. And for some reason, I thought we were going so slow, slower than the King of the Sea, but we didn't. We did this quite well, 35 minutes and 26 seconds. I was really pleased with that. I was so impressed. I was shocked. I did not think we were going as fast because I felt I was going slow. So after all this speed running, I thought, let's try a canvas jigsaw puzzle. This was so much fun because it comes with a nice big poster. You can clearly see the image, and on the back of the poster, it actually shows the instructions very clearly. So the first thing you should do is assemble the main center image of the canvas, and it has 366 pieces, I believe. I don't know if that's including like the big corner pieces that you can see on the table, or the other pieces are like the border canvas pieces is what I'll call them. So they're longer, they're flat, and they wrap around, they bend around the canvas. So I'm not sure, I would assume that if I counted all the pieces, that in the 366, that included those corner and those border pieces. What colorful image, what colorful pieces, perfect fit, perfect snap. Absolutely loved it. So much fun to put together. So once you're done that center kind of puzzle area, you put on the corner pieces and then you work your way around those border pieces. Now you could do them from the front with the image, but a lot of them are very similarly colored. What I like is those border edge pieces are actually numbered. So putting them in from the back, you can actually just follow the numbers and the arrows, and it makes it very easy to assemble them. So you can see the bottom here of the canvas, the top's all done, and then you put in the frame pieces. You got to use a bit of pressure, but it wasn't too bad. I'm putting in the corner pieces and now just wrapping the sides of the canvas around. And the finish is just absolutely beautiful. I've already gone and hung it up in the bathroom. It looks lovely up there. Just such a delight. Looks like a true painter's canvas. Well, my predictions were correct. Student days was in fact the fastest, and I was able to complete it in under 90 minutes. I was so pleased with that. So pleased. The Ludicrous library, I think I just had the table, the lighting, the glare, everything. I think if I redid it, I could do it under the 90 minutes, just because mostly I just recently did it. If I would have had better lighting and a better table, maybe I could have shaved off a few minutes. I still don't think I could have finished it in under 90 minutes, though, for that first time. I do think now if I went and redid it, perhaps I could. I'm more familiar with the image. It's always interesting when you do a pairs run and then you do the puzzle yourself. You really don't know part of the puzzle because you haven't assembled it. So I was looking at pieces going, what is this? I've not seen this in this image. And it's because it was something that either Jeanette or Allison had assembled and I hadn't seen. But in the end, although I was frustrated with the setup, I'm pleased with my time. I'm not going to redo it. I have enough Colin Thompson to enjoy with this one and the 18,000 piece one. But I do think maybe I did get frustrated and I could have maybe shaved off maybe 4, maybe 5 minutes. Maybe not. But in the end, at least it was well under the 2-hour mark. And then finally, no surprise, the critters, definitely, I call them critters, species, colorful underwater species. These little critters though, oh, this was tricky. And I was just kind of unmotivated to speed run it. I'm glad I did it under the 2 hours. Quite difficult. I do think I've come a long way that at the start of my speed puzzling journey, I don't think I would have been able to finish this in under 2 hours. So there is some progression. I'm doing better. I'm doing better with the full flip. But overall, I do it because I enjoy it, because it's lots of fun, and I love going to these competitions and meeting everyone. And once again, I want to thank Peace Relax for sponsoring my trip to Worlds. I really appreciate it. And how adorable is this canvas? So colorful, so bright. Tricky enough image to do with just like 3-4 colors. And the canvas, just lovely. I just love it. It makes it hanging up on the wall so much easier. I do plan on putting this up in the bathroom where we have some reds and orange colors. I think it'll fit perfectly there, and I don't have to worry about any water or moisture damage because it is plastic. So yeah, too cute. I really enjoyed doing that. It was nice to do after all these speed runs. But let me know in the comments below, have you done any of these pairs jigsaw puzzle that were used at Worlds? What were your times? What did you think of them? And I think I would have preferred to have Student Days and Ludicrous Library over Lupin's. But I don't think I would have preferred to have had the species over Lupin's, if that makes sense. This one overwhelmed me. And I think at Worlds I probably would have done similar or worse to Lupin's. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I need to get ready for Canada. Like, I'm leaving in like less than 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, I have so much to do and so much packing. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Well, What am I going to work on next? Ooh, this big, beautiful Colin Thompson. I got to get it finished before I head off to Canada. So let's get cracking, people. Ciao. Let's get cracking, people. Who says that? Oh, snort. Oh, goodness me, oh my. I'm such a monkey.